Change is probably the most overused word in the English language these days when we follow politics. I prefer evolution, which is a natural progression that usually leads to better ideas and more efficient systems. Okay, and what I'm going to talk about is in those efficient systems, that's where great opportunities come from. Let's go back to the, anybody watch Pirates of the Caribbean? You've probably seen the symbol of the British East India Trading Company, one of the first public trading companies ever. It took literally centuries to build, and yet fell apart in a matter of years. Am I not loud enough? Sorry. A couple centuries later, you have Microsoft gets to power in under 30 years, employs almost 100,000 people, very little capital is expended, and we move forward even to Facebook now, which we all know the story, 60 million users in less than 5 years. Okay, now these are all exaggerated stories of things that happen very, very seldom, but they do represent a trend that you're seeing in the marketplace. Two undeniable things are happening. One, the speed at which it takes to get to a position of power or dominance in a market has come way down. And at the same time, the costs which it takes to develop a business or a technology has also come way down. So, when we look at this, any biology students here? No. After that last talk? Okay. Biology students 101, you learn a phrase called differentiate, select, amplify. You try different things, you see what works, you amplify the crap out of it, okay? It works in biology, but it turns out it works in every system in the marketplace. So if we look at this, this is often where the opportunities come from. When they're going through evolution, there's always needs in the marketplace as new things are evolve and come up. And if you look at a very complex system, I'll take you to an extreme example again, the world GDP. If you look from the time we were basically walking, it's upright, to now, there's been a very flat GDP. But all of a sudden, you see an absolute explosion in the last 250 years. And that is the amplification process of open markets, systems that allow people to share ideas and products and services across the board. Now, again, this is an extreme example, but those needs also happen in smaller markets. And early stage funding is one also that has those needs and those changing environments. So that's actually the idea of DreamIt really came about by understanding how this marketplace is changing. Costs are coming down dramatically. And we all talk about software. It's not just software. Truthfully, I bootstrapped a manufacturing business in the biotech industry. Costs come down as we can outsource development, as we can outsource manufacturing. There's 1,000 ways that are driving down costs. At the same time, the speed at which companies need to get to market is growing faster and faster. The world's too competitive. You have an idea, you need to be able to get it to market quick, because unfortunately somebody else will follow very quickly if you don't. And truthfully, Josh being the exception, very few venture capitalists are investing in early stage businesses. And even angels have moved upstream. So there's a combination of things that have created a need in the marketplace. And as you can imagine from the talk, DreamIt was developed as a very Darwinian way of getting businesses started. Okay? What we provide is a small amount of funding, okay? Just enough to survive. We give you 3 months surrounded by your peers. This year we funded 11 companies, so we had over 40 people in a small space working together, developing their ideas, allow for cross-pollination. These are the 11 companies. Hopefully you've seen a lot of them. Those that you haven't, I think you're going to start to see more and more because many of these companies have already moved on and gotten additional funding. But going back, not only you get the funding and the space, you have a one-on-one mentor, somebody is there day in and day out that can help you grow your business, somebody that's been there, done that. And then also we receive donated legal and accounting time. There's a number of other important factors. But our hope is always to really catapult businesses forward. The funding day, and at the end we have a funding day that allows the businesses an opportunity to pitch to the VCs and angels to get additional funding. So like every system, we also are evolving. The one thing we acknowledged this year is we had a lot of great ideas that didn't necessarily have the technical talent. So all the hackers out there, I beg of you, if you want to be part of a startup, next year we will have a hacker track, which will be an opportunity to apply. We'll try to partner teams up that have good business skills but don't necessarily have the technical skills. We're going to try to partner those up. A couple of things we also learned this year and are intuitive to business, but I have to bring them up. One is that individuals are good, but teams are great. Okay, when you go to start a business, I encourage everybody here to build out a team. Okay? And don't look for people that look like you, act like you, talk like you, have the exact same skills. Build a diverse team with a diverse set of skills. That is absolutely critical to the success of businesses. Also, Josh is here, and I think Josh does a better job than anybody I've ever heard talking about proving out assumptions early on in business with as little capital as possible. If you ever get a chance to see Josh talk on the subject, please take that opportunity. And also, stevebarsh.com has put together a great presentation on that exact same thing. And last and most importantly, and people have hit on this, but really focus ideas and businesses on things that bring value. Okay? Businesses that survive long-term bring value to society. Never forget that and focus on that early on. Thank you.